And for more on this, I'm now joined by data security expert Jamal Ahmed. Jamal, thank you for joining us. Facebook said it's rectified the error. Is it really a big deal?
It's absolutely a massive deal. Facebook is completely irresponsible in its actions, and its blasé nature that it's not even willing to offer an apology just shows how little they actually value individuals' right to privacy. They say they have fixed the issue. What that means is there was a vulnerability, there was a problem that they failed to keep data secure. They fixed that problem, which now doesn't allow people to scrape that data, but that doesn't mean the harm has gone away. Those email addresses, those passwords, all of that personal data that was scraped, the individuals whose data that belongs to, they're still at risk, and Facebook have a duty under privacy legislations to inform all of those that have been impacted or may have been affected so they can take steps to protect themselves against further risk of harm.
Well, Facebook says it's a common scam, is it?
Regardless of how common a scam is or isn't, that's irrelevant. The point is an organization has to take responsibility to have appropriate technical and organizational measures to protect the data of the people who it collects it from. It's no good saying people get mugged all the time, right? That doesn't mean that you should get mugged, right? It shouldn't happen. It's the same thing. Is Facebook saying, okay, this happens all the time, but organizations have the responsibility to make sure they have adequate protection in place. If they're not willing to offer the adequate protection, they should not be collecting people's data. It's as simple as that.
Indeed. Could you just tell us a little bit more about scraping? I mean, is it just taking data that's already publicly out there?
So it's not necessarily taking data that's publicly out there. There's two types of scraping. So sometimes you can go and take data that's publicly out there. For example, people might go on LinkedIn and collect phone numbers and email addresses. But other data is data that is not in the public domain. So when you sign up with Facebook and you create an account, you do not expect Facebook to make all of that information public. It's information that's collected as part of your profile, and you expect that to be kept private and that to be kept secure. So the problem here was Facebook actually failed to keep that information secure, and therefore a bot was able to go and collect that information. Now, the problem with collating that information is once people with bad intentions get their hands on your email address, your name, your phone number, and they know where you work and other personal information, they could use that to launch a phishing campaign and phishing attacks against you to dupe you into handing over your life savings.
Oh, wow, that is worrying. Thank you, Jamal Ahmed. Thank you very much.